Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Devi Datta Das, and today we are going to discuss the chapter Reading Skills. If knowledge is power, reading is the key to the knowledge. Reading is very important. Among the four language skills that are there, that is listening, speaking, reading, and writing, reading is the most easiest to acquire. You can see a very beautiful quotation over here. A reader lives a thousand lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. This particular quotation exemplifies the importance of reading. You know how important it is for us to read because reading also widens the spectrum of your knowledge. The more you read, the more erudite you become. But there are also certain skills that are involved in this learning of the reading skills. So we'll discuss today what are these skills that are involved. Now let me point out over here that often we believe that reading is just taking up a text and reading it. That's it. No, I would like to differ. I feel, and it's also been proved many a times, that reading is a kind of dialogue between the reader and a text. Because it's not the reader that only reads, the reader also makes some mental predictions while he reads a particular book. So it's a kind of conversation between the text and the reader. It is not a completely passive skill that often people believe because there are also lots of skills involved. And as I told you, we'll be discussing two important reading skills here. The first one is skimming, and the second one is scanning. So let us go through what are these skimming and what is this skimming and what is this scanning. So as you can see here, reading is a receptive skill. We receive a lot of things. We read out, as I told you, we make mental predictions. We sometimes make guesses, what's going to happen when we are reading the text, what's going to happen next. We try to find out the meaning of the many words which we do not know. We also make guesses and we find out the meaning. So it's strategized. This particular skill of reading is strategized. You can see over here, these are the broad, skills and strategies involved out there in the process of reading. That's, developing critical thinking, recognizing the text components, transferring information, building vocabulary, inferring information, managing ideas and information, applying comprehension strategies, and expanding of knowledge. We are not going deep into these strategies or skills of reading. Rather, we will zero in on the two important skills, that is skimming and scanning. So what is skimming? Skimming and scanning are the strategies for effective reading. Skimming means to quickly identify the main ideas of its text. In other words, it means going through a text quickly to get an overall idea of the context, of the content. So it's this particular definition clearly explain what is skimming. We go through the text to have an overall grasp of what the text is about. We are not going, deep into the every page or every word of the text. Rather, we are going to just find what the text is about. Often we know when we're choosing a particular book, we read the blurb of the book. The blurb is the end part. You can see the last cover or the cover of the book. You can see the back side of the cover. Very short and succinct summarization is written over there. Summarizing of the novel is written over there, and usually we select a particular text after reading that blurb. So that is a kind of, you can say, a part of skimming. Now, what's scanning then? Scanning involves searching the text for a specific piece of information in which the reader is interested. This may be a date, a specific word, and so on. The reader often jumps backwards and forwards throughout the text instead of going through the text in a linear way. So suppose we want to find out a particular word that you want to get the meaning, and you have already finished the text. So what do? We search for the particular word. We go backward, we go to and fro, and then we read out the passages that you find that okay, this the particular word that I'm searching, the that word might be there in this page or in that page or in that paragraph. So that's a kind of scoring for uh, uh, a word which or a particular detail that you want to find information about. So scanning is that in-depth version of reading, where you actually scan the word defines itself. Scanning is you search for it to go deep into the text. So there is a line of difference, as you can see, between what is skimming and what is scanning. Now here is a graphical is a pictured representation of what is skimming and scanning. Skimming is you look for information without reading the whole text. But as you can see over here, here is a magnifier. A magnifier is there under scan, where you are scanning, where you try to find out those words, where you go into a bit of serious reading to find out the particular details. So this is the difference between skimming and scanning. Now here is an example of skimming, cat up a tree, chimp in a chimney. So you can see over here, you can skim to find out what is it all about. So the heading of the paragraph that's given, the paragraphs or the article that's given over there. From the heading, you can have a good hang on what the text is about. But when you are scanning something, you're going deep into the subheadings that are there. The subheadings, and it's been encircled. What's it about? So the subheading gives you a proper grasp of the idea of the or what do I say, a more in-depth knowledge of a particular article, whereas the headline gives you a broad view of, or a bird's eye view of, what the article is about. Now these are not included much in the topic that we are discussing, but then I thought it will be better that these reading strategies that are there. Pre-reading we do in skimming and scanning, then while reading we guess the meaning, we have a good grasp of, so that we will have a good hold on or a good grasp of the topic. That's why sometimes we do not know the meaning, but from the context we try to guess the meaning. But it's always advisable to look up the words in the dictionary. There is no better thing in the world than dictionary. And this is a post reading where most of the time students are asked to paraphrase, and answer the questions that are there. This is again a short activity that's there, a kind of uh, short question that's there, where you are asked. It's based on scanning, as you can see, reading within brackets, it's written down scanning. So these are some of the chunks of information given over there, spread out across the worksheet, and some of the questions written out there. So you students, you can please read out these particular chunks of blocks of information, and these are the questions. You can please write down the answers over there. These are not descriptive type questions. These are just true and false, to which will help you out to understand this text, and will also help you out to understand what this scanning is. So please, I'll give you some time to please read out the information that's given over there and the questions. Okay, now moving on. Thank you so much.